are such an asshole.
Captain Asshole, I've been watching you for about 4 years and I like your videos. Tell people about it. It's refreshing to know that someone else thinks like I do. Now I'm writing to get your thoughts, opinion on my subject title, corporate job and no upper mobility. First, here's my background. Okay, you want me to skip this. I'm going to skip this. You have a military background. A successful one, quite well. And I do want to keep you anonymous. I have built a reputation of someone who can get shit done right fast and the first time out. I'm not a yes man, brown nose, or a company man. My work speaks for itself. I give fact-based answer solution and take shit from no one. That's how I'm built. So what's the problem? Well, the first thing I had to learn is that I work for a for-profit, publicly traded corporation, all the nonsense that goes with it. Where do I start? 1, profit and share price, that's number 1. 2, people who have no business being managers or engineers. 3, favorites, promotions because of big tits, someone's son and daughter, yes man, etc. 4, the elitist attitude of college graduates with no real world experience at anything. So it's time for me to move up, and there are problems. Because of the top 4 reasons above, I think the 2008 meltdown, my corporation was top heavy. Basically the managers promoted all their buddies or people that should have retired years ago but can't because of money. The corporation started about 5 years back cleaning itself up, getting rid of the dead wood, layoffs, early retirement, etc. But there's still a lot to be done. I get that the corporation is correcting itself and the process takes time, but people like me are getting the shaft. Basically, they're getting rid of people with no replacement and asking us to do the jobs of 2 or 3 people with no compensation or promotion. It's a saving to the corporation. I think my can-do attitude is biting me in the butt. Yeah, because you could get the job done of multiple people. They know they can load you up, and you'll do the job of 3 or 4 people, but for the price of 1. I've been vocal about my disappointment with management, which I think isn't a good idea. You never complain. You know, you were in the military. Go up the hill, get shot, come back on the hill, and then go see the doc. My initial solution is to wait it out, be quiet, do my job, so prepare to jump if an opportunity presents itself or move to a different part of the corporation where there is growth. Maybe. However, this industry is the same whether I stay here or move to another corporation. My lead engineer will be retiring next summer, and I'll be given the position, but I've been warned that I may not be given a promotion with increased responsibilities. Also, I'm not the only one experiencing this. One last point, as people leave, the corporation saves money. Next year, the corporation gets the Trump tax break, and the corporation saves money. So as the corporation right-sizes, it saves money. You would think they would reward their performers, but I don't trust them to do it. You are in corporate America. They don't reward people. They don't. Captain Asshole, what's your opinion? Should I wait? Should I move on? Please refer to me as Mike. Thanks. All right, Mike. I asked you, how much do you make? I would like a video response. Oh, okay. You get paid just over 6 figures, but you live in California. All right. Need I say more about that? As far as promotion, I'm looking to move into the next level. I'm okay with this until retirement, and this is where I should be with my experience of years of service. Thanks, Mike. Okay. Even with California, okay, you're making decent money. But with your year's experience and the unemployment rate, what it is, I think there's an element of bullshit, and they're saying you can't do it. I mean, it's amazing. I have a buddy, DT, we talk about this on the Older Brother podcast, where he was working for a firm and saying, we can't give you more than 3%. And he says, yeah, okay, bye. Well, shucks howdy, guess what they found? They found another 25% to give them. Imagine that. They're like girls when you're dating. The only way you get their attention is when you leave. Okay? I think you should apply for other jobs. Now, I think that's a standard thing anybody should be doing anyway. But with unemployment at 3.8%, your experience, which I didn't want to detail, but it is impressive and it is lengthy, and you would be a man in demand, I think you should go fishing in some other waters and start sniffing around. Now, I know you think that your industry is like this all across the board, but you don't know that. The best way to get promoted and to get raises in today's economy, in today's United States of America, is to go work for the competition. And maybe the industry is a little bit of top-heavy, but you are already plugged in and you got so many balls you're juggling. You're like this load-bearing employee that if you go away, they'll be like, I'm just guessing. But if you're not happy here, okay, you can be not happy somewhere else with maybe a 5 to 10% increase in your salary. God almighty, can you go somewhere other than California? That alone is forget whether you like your job or not and whether you're going to get promoted. That doesn't matter. Just getting out of California alone. Can you go to Texas? Can you go to Tennessee? Can you go to Florida? Can you go to Alaska? Can you go can you go to North Korea? Can you go any other place in that shithole state? So that alone is worth, the tax savings, the cost of living savings, that right there is a 20 to 30% increase in your effective purchasing power. That's a real raise. I don't even want to know what your commute is like. But yeah, I would be sniffing around and out of state. That is your part-time job where you and the missus, have the missus, pour a glass of Chardonnay for herself, have her dress up in lingerie, walk around in heels, and you start applying for other jobs. That's the best way to apply for jobs, I found out, though, by the way, empirically proven. Yeah, and then, fine, you don't get the worst case scenario, nobody emails you back, you don't have a job. I have a hard time believing with unemployment being as tight as it is, you wouldn't at least get a couple interviews over the phone. And then you get a job offer, and then bye. And then and be prepared for them to come groveling back and finding money in the budget for you. And at that point, you got to ask yourself the question, is it worth sticking with this company that was, fucking you over, which they all will, by the way, so I don't think it's rare. Then you can start saying, I'm doing this one job and no more. There's no mission creep. There's no loading me up with this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm being paid this. You're going to pay for an apartment nearby. And you can highball them and be arrogant, not arrogant and cocky, but just very high expectations because you got the other job offered over in Texas or Dallas or Denver or wherever the hell else you want to go. But let's say you don't find a job. You know what, dude? Fuck promotion. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. It's the same amount of time you're wasting of your life over at that office. And if you're making six figures and it's good enough for you, okay, it's a job. Don't make the mistake of 25-year-old girls getting their master's degree coming out thinking that their career is the most important thing in life. The most important thing in your life is your wife right now. She'll see that she's, I like Cappy. Because it's true. I'm not even trying to kiss her ass. It's true. That's the most important thing in your life is spending time with her and maybe kids if you have them. It's not getting the promotion. It's not doing that. You make the same damn money. That's what's the most, and it doesn't matter what you do at that job. You come back home with the same amount of pay. So as long as your boss isn't psycho, and there's some sadistic bosses out there, take the money, be happy, be satisfied, and go. But I'd say there's a 90-85% chance you could find a better job or find another industry that your jobs would parlay well into. I think, and trust you me, the unemployment rate is not going to be like this forever. Today is an employee's market. All right, you really want, now is the time, if you want to go fishing around, now is the time to do it. I think you'd be surprised with what you could find out there. So that's what I would do. But failing that, it's a job. Take the money. Don't worry about getting promoted or not. It's good. By the time, you're getting to that level now where it's all about politics and social justice where, we need to have diversity. And she's like, fuck you. Just give me, and you may not even want to get promoted. And then you got to deal with all that other bullshit in the politics, and then that does become a pain in the ass. And you are okay with that until yeah. I just view it as a check. You don't live to work, you work to live. That's what you do. So go hang out with your wife, apply. It would be lingerie and job apply Mondays. Job hunt and lingerie Tuesdays. There we go. That's what you're going to do. All right. You guys got questions. Cappy's got answers. Some might actually even be right and worth the money you pay. Over at assholeconsulting.com. Check out all the links below for books and all that other stuff that I do. We might have the Older Brother podcast tonight. I don't know. I got to figure that out. So, all right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.